All right, all right. Enough of that, right? There's no time for fun. This is serious. We're talking about crypto. There's no time for fun, right? No, of course, there's always time for fun. It is Thursday. I lose track of the days. I'm having so much fun. I appreciate each and every one of you for coming here for a little bit of time. Do a little bit of a YouTube update. That's a little new music. I usually do the Church of Eight Wheels, kind of searching through the YouTube library. This is one of a few new tracks I'm kind of checking out just to set the mood off. I found that when you're learning something that's difficult, it's easier, the better your attitude, the easier it's going to be for you. So I like to dance a little bit. I like to have fun and all that stuff. We've got love from Pakistan. Emergency. It's the Bitcoin Live sale week. That's why I'm on YouTube. I'm doing 4 streams this week. I'm doing spaces on Twitter. We'll get into all that. That's the emergency, without a doubt. Want to draw your attention to that. Folks, let me know where you are in the world. Big Ched. Hi, Big Ched's from Germany. This is a worldwide thing. We're just reached some of you. It's the morning, the evening. If you're staying up late, I appreciate that. You're seeing me on your tablet, on your computer, on your TV, wherever. Thank you for watching. I appreciate that. I enjoy doing that. If you don't know who I am, I'm Big Cheds, and I can be found on Twitter. At Big Cheds is where I'm probably most well-known. Academic observations about price, trading psychology, risk management. What I like to do is recommend, and hi, Big Cheds from Germany. We'll remove that. We've got England, Portugal, Holland, Mexico, French in California. Much love from Montreal. I love that city, actually. I actually write about that city in my first book, The Cancer Memoir. Love from India and mourning from South Korea. My wife is obsessed with K-pop, so there's that. So what I like to recommend to new traders, if you go to Twitter, from Big Ched's packet, you can type this exactly into search. It will get you this tweet. This tweet will take you to study material, different like academic tweets, educational stuff I've tagged over the years. It will take you to my textbook recommendations, and it will take you to the masterclass tutorial playlist. You can find that on my YouTube channel, Ched's Trading. I'm not that active on here, honestly, because I'm on Twitter all day, 17 hours a day. And then, of course, I'm at Bitcoin Live, which I take really seriously. So I don't really stream here that often, but because it is the Bitcoin Live sale week, I'm doing quick market updates. But I digress. The masterclass tutorials. So the tutorials, masterclass TA webinars. Any one of these will blow your mind if you're just getting started. You need to watch those. I think they'll help you out a lot. Setting up your chart, understanding volume, understanding candlesticks, stuff like that. Highly recommend it. I am, of course, the author of Trading Wisdom, 50 Lessons Every Trader Should Know. I want to say thank you for your success, your feedback. I embrace it wholeheartedly. I'm incredibly proud of it. It's fun to have done something that's helped people and been successful, and it is super awesome. So, thank you for that. There's 4 formats. The reviews are in. People love it. There's a free version on my YouTube, the playlist, Trading Wisdom, 50 Lessons Every Trader Should Know. I just want to remind you, I did do a Spaces today. This is like a 2-hour plus long conversation, tons of free alpha. I had some guests show up, some associates, some friends, People I admire, Fiboswani, Big Chonas, and Crypto Cred, the legend, the man himself showed up. And so it's over 2 hours there, and I just took questions. I don't really ever do these. These are kind of a new thing, and especially this week. But definitely go check that out. I think that will be of value to you if you're here. You're kind of into that stuff, so I think that will be really be of value to you. Let's check out the chat room again. Your book is amazing. Thank you. So I'm gonna do. I mean, there's not a ton to talk about with Bitcoin that I haven't already said. I said last night or the day before. Not too much has changed really at this point. Go ahead and fire off some questions here in the chat room. I'm kind of interested maybe at some of your questions. I'd love to hear kind of what you have to say. I might do more spaces. We'll see. I'd like the kind of networking aspect of it. It's more personal. Not only just people who follow me, but people I admire. I like to hear their voice. It gives me a sense of their personality. I would say probably yes. I would say probably yes, but not, like this week I've pledged to do 3 spaces. I might do one every couple weeks, kind of work that in the rotation. Yeah, I mean, but we get as a good group. I like Fiboswani a lot. I've had him as a guest, not on I don't think I had him as a long form interview guest on YouTube. I have had Big Chonas, of course. I think I had him as a guest when I was doing stuff on Crypto Banter. It was either on there or on Benzinga. I've done like different like interviews and stuff. So it was on one of those. Appreciate that. Thank you for the compliments. So listen, just fire away. Look, I was a noob once. I've been everything in between. I still have a long ways to go, but I'm certainly comfortable with TA, and I kind of like to teach my method. Don't be afraid to ask really any question. Bitcoin, really same story, and I'll get to the questions. EMA 34, kind of minor horizontal level. This is kind of short channel trading. We're kind of just looking for minor signals while we wait for likely continuation of the trend, consolidation after the move down. My target 12K, 12 to 14K, but really 12K. I've discussed that a lot this week. I'm not going to kind of go over it right now. I don't need to. Let's check out the chat room. Let's see what the questions are. So, allow me a moment, good friends, to check out the questions. All right, Chad, you mentioned before that you are also holding Bitcoin, that you are also hodling Bitcoin. Yes. What is your reasoning behind that, and what is your strategy? So, like, I sold most of my trading positions up here, right? And I announced it on Twitter at the time. I said basically I'm out of most of my longs and I'm taking profit. I said like pay yourself, but I was pretty clear at that point, and I still had kind of a third of the position, which ended up selling kind of right in this range here, right around just over 40K. I just have my hodl, and so my hodl is Bitcoin, which I've slowly accumulated, not aggressively, but I've slowly accumulated. And I could lose all of it and it wouldn't like my life wouldn't change too much. I'd be pissed. I'd be like, this sucks. What is going, I'd be upset, but it wouldn't, I could survive without it. So I'm playing, these are funds I can afford to lose. That's my hodl. I plan to add to that below 20K. I think we go below 20K. I'm gonna start adding there. And then aggressively kind of in that low teens level of Bitcoin. That's my plan, right? It's just a plan. I can get new information and we could flash forward 6 months, come back and listen to this. And you say, oh, Ched, you're a fool. We didn't go anywhere near 12K. And I'd say, great, not a problem because I bought when momentum reversed. I bought on confirmation of trend reversal. So this is my plan right now. Hopefully that does answer your question. Excuse me. North Carolina, good to see you. London, mate, nice to see you. Good to see you out there in Amsterdam as well. Let's see what else is going on. Hi, I appreciate you. Budapest, that's awesome. Good to see you, Moroccan in Budapest. Morocco, right? That's the tangine, right, where they cook in those like pots. Very tasty. Iran, good to see you. Beirut, namaste to you, my friend. Appreciate that. Kathmandu, Denmark. We're just hanging out though, right? These are, time and space is mostly an illusion. So we're pretty much all just hanging out. You can hear my voice. We're hanging out. We're having a good time. Aloha from Maui. Good to see you. All right, let's get to some questions here. Enough of the self-congratulation. So Yoni, what do you think about entries based on candle open closes and wicks? So it's kind of an interesting question. What do I think about it? So when I think about wicks, wicks are really important. They show momentum. All right. They show buy pressure, sell pressure, which is why this inverted hammer is a bearish candle 65% of the time. Even though most people consider it a bullish reversal candle because they've read Steve Nissen, when Bulkowski did the numbers, it's a bearish candle. So, and it makes sense. Why would this be a bullish candle with the strong upper shadow, right? Bears rejecting higher prices. So you kind of look at wicks. But in terms of like my entries come from well-defined levels. Data point, data, data point, data point, data point, data point, right? And whatever's happening here, I've got this level right here. Okay. And now I'm looking for the level that's most well defined is this level. So and that could be a series of wicks, a zone. One could be here, one could be a little bit higher, one could be a little bit lower, comprising a zone. So I'm looking for where the data piles up, and at this stage in my career, I understand like just wait for something good, and there's good stuff. There are good things to play, and a good opportunity will jump up and hit you in the face, right? Everything else is a stretch. I mean, an opportunity. These are like quotes. I'm working on book 3. I'll have book 3 out. I don't have my notepad here, but I'll have book 3 out at some point this year. Several versions through drafts at this point. Great cover art by World of Rusty, who did the art for both Trading Wisdom and My Battles with Cancer. Brilliant artist. So I'm looking for data that defines a level. I'm waiting for opportunity. Let our opportunity jump out. It's not just 1 wick or 2 wicks. I'm looking for wicks, 1 wick or 2 wick. I'm looking for kind of a zone that's been defined by a series of wicks and even bodies, like right here, kind of the bottom. That's a level I'm watching, 37.9, 37, right about 38K. That'd be an example of how I would approach it. Hopefully that answers your question. What's the bottom? I don't really know. I'm thinking somewhere 12 to 14K. It could go lower, it could be higher. And that's not, it sounds like, oh, hey, great, Cheds. That's great analysis. But it depends on, we need volume and volatility for a bottom. And we had that on the May 12th bottom. And the reason you need volume and volatility is because when you have a trend, when the price is trending, it doesn't require a lot of volume to continue. It already has a trend. So people kind of mistake lack of volume as a sign of a reversal. It's actually the opposite, right? You're going to see the most volume at the bottom and top of a chart. What you need is a kind of a shock type event where there's so much volume and volatility that it forces a really severe overreaction, and then like a rubber band, it snaps back, and then you can kind of build momentum, and something will snowball, and build from there, so to speak. We need that, and we've had kind of a minor one May 12th. I think we need kind of a bigger one. I'm on watch for it. I don't know exactly where it is, but I've outlined a couple scenarios. Good day from Australia. Let's see what else is going on. I just put out a tweet. I said max 1 to 2 more days in this range. At this point, I feel like we're pretty much right there. It's rare. I don't know how long you've trained Bitcoin, but I mean, it's rare to kind of stay in this state where you have the Bollinger Pinch in the daily for this long. This just doesn't happen on the daily chart. You just don't really stay in this state for that long. And we had a pretty severe pinch here, back in July of 2020. But even here it didn't last for more than a couple weeks. I think we are close. I actually feel like we're a couple days away from breaking out of this range. Just when you think you've got a good grip on it, the price will tell you that you don't. So watch it go sideways for 10 days, and I'll have something more to talk about. But just my sense is that we're right there. We are right there. Especially given kind of look at this price interaction with the EMA 34. I mean, that's been so important. So the price is kind of bumping right up to it. So we either kind of, flip it here like we really should, even with not even like too much bull strength. I mean, just given the sideways, we probably should flip to 34, and if we don't, that's a really bad sign. So, let's see. Someone said, "Can you elaborate on the Chainlink tweet?" Yeah. Yeah, yeah, that's a great question. I don't think I have it here. Whoa, 20 what is going on? 29.5. We dropped quite a bit, which is like, 1,000 bucks or 800 bucks since, I started. Let's see what's going on here. Daily candle just closed. I mean, a little bit of volume here, a little bit of volatility. 1-hour chart, that's a Bollinger Pinch. We're breaking down from that. Some support here at 29.5. All right, we'll dig back to that in a second. That's interesting. So the question is, can you elaborate on the Chainlink tweet today about working on the daily MA50? So Chainlink working on the daily MA50. So what does that mean? Like, what is Chad? What does it mean when I see this tweet? And I pretty much that's exactly pretty much what I said. Chainlink today. I said link working on daily MA50. Downtrends will initially be stopped by the EMA 8 primary resistance. Then they'll bounce and tag kind of a secondary level, kind of MA 20 or EMA 34. In this case, you kind of charge right through that with some volume here. Get your horizontal break and tag MA 50. MA 50 is like I don't know, like in soccer, it'd be like hopefully I don't the safety is that's football, but what is it? Wow. I had a glass of wine, so I'm trying to remember. But in soccer, it's that like last defender. Same with like hockey, it's the same one. You always have that like last defender, right? And sometimes they push too hard on like when they're trying to score and they get caught off guard and the offense will run behind them. That's like momentum. It's the same thing with sports, same thing with trading. Um, like MA50 is kind of like that last defender. So MA50 is a big one. So working on it, it's attempting to flip it. It's attempting to interact with it, and it's attempting to not be stopped by it. It's attempting to close over it, build the base of support, and now put in 1, 2, 3 days of close, above it, and kind of start to get things going. So it's a sign. Hey, we have some relative strength here. Very few of the altcoins are anywhere near their MA50s. At this point. Let me just take a random one. There's ATOM. There's your MA50, right? The orange line. Let's pick, I don't know, FTM, right? Look at that. Look at the distance to the MA50. So you've got relative strength. So that's worth observing. That's worth talking about. And that's worth talking about. Not the goalie. I don't even know what a goalie is. I'm talking about like that last defender before the goalie. You always have you've always have, like, the forward line, then you've kinda got midfielders, and then there's, like, that last one. Sweeper, is that right? That's what I thought. I thought it was a sweeper. Let's see. Thank you for Miami. Hey, thanks to you, no doubt. Sweeper, right, that's what I was thinking. I think is that what I said initially? I thought I did. So, it's that sense, like, that sweeper, like, is the MA50s like the sweeper? So, that would be an answer to that question. Let's see. Let's see. When will the next book be out? First of all, if you are fighting cancer and you know someone who is a family member, you had a loved one you've lost. I mean, I'll just send you my book. I'll email you this book. I'm happy to do it. I fought cancer and then I lost a loved one. So if that will help you, let me know. Just find me. Find a way to get me your email. Book 3 is quotes. Right, I took the stuff from Trading Wisdom. And then I just took like my stuff. I went through like several years of my work, different quotes I've had, and just I've been actually actively creating quotes. You see me tweeting them all the time. That's me editing different ones. I just, for example, I tweeted one out today. This was like an edit of an old one. Like after a big loss, do not try to make that money back in the same play as you do not have a good feel for the chart. More than likely, you're going to repeat the same mistakes that cost you money in the first place. And it's true. It's just like all this dumb stuff, all this dumb stuff I've done throughout the years. I'm trying to help you, avoid doing that. Um, Trading is like relationships. Admitting you are wrong is critical to long-term survival. So it's like a book of that kind of stuff. Um, It's pretty fun. I've had a lot of fun. I'm still working on it. I want it to be better. Want it to be I want to keep working it, making it more precise. Every time I go through it, I ask myself, am I using too many words? Is this too academic? Does it sound smart? Does it try to sound too smart? Like what's going on. So I'm continuing to edit it. Let's see. I want to show you this from Big Chat. Just me and you. I'm going to show it to you, just you guys, all right? All right. Cover art. Look at this for book 3. This is the cover for book 3. How cool is that? Let's remove that comment. Look at that. Trading quotes, your daily dose of trading wisdom. Amazing artist. How cool is that cover, right? I mean, it's ridiculous. So that book's coming out later this year. Thank you for asking. I got involved in crypto back in 2017. My good buddy at Big Chonas, who I did the spaces with today, had Coinbase on his phone. I saw his phone, Ethereum, Litecoin. I said, "Why do you have minerals on your phone? Precious minerals? What is that?" I didn't get it. I had already been a chart technician at that point, and I started studying those charts, tweeting them out, and there was people really responded to it, and so I kind of shifted right into crypto. That was 2017. All right, yeah, fine art. I mean, it's amazing, right? How amazing is that? Give me some questions, and if not, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to go hang out. So, this is your last chance here. I just want to remind people. Actually, I didn't do this at the beginning. I'm a founding analyst at Bitcoin Live. It's the best-in-class educational platform for crypto. I personally do twice a week full market updates. No matter what is going on in my life, I do it. It's good for me. It's good for the team. And I'm just one guy in the team, and it's an unbelievable world-class team. We have amazing sale where you can get 50% off a 3-month membership. You definitely wanna check this out. If you go to my pinned tweet on Twitter, just right to my Twitter page, you can see my May 4th video, the entire video for free. It's 45 minutes. It's a masterclass. I mean, it's one of those things you pay one of these, like, other guys money for, and it's not what you thought it would be. I mean, this is everything. This is unbelievable. It's gonna help you out. Watch that, watch the tutorials, take advantage of all the free stuff, and if you like it, come back for more. So that's what I would kind of say. Um, so Big Chonas was the one who got me into crypto back in 2017. Let's see what's going on here. So how to use EMA versus MA. So I talk about this on my YouTube channel under the playlist tutorials, masterclass TA webinars. The most recent one goes through the whole thing. I use a mixture of them, right? I use a short-term one, the 8 EMA is kind of that primary resistance or support. In this case, it's a downtrend, right? It's resistance. But if this is an uptrend, often you see this type of price behavior bouncing between the upper Bollinger and the EMA 8, right? Until it loses it. And then you test that second level, which is often the MA 20 or the EMA 34. You look to see if they're going to cross for a bear signal. If you look at that move Bitcoin made from 20K up to 60K. All right, what is going on here? Let's see. I have it upside down. All right, that's why. So if you look at the move that Bitcoin made from 20K up to 60K, and you look at for example, so you can use them as just support and resistance. But another way to do it is you can use them for a crossing signal. And the 8 EMA didn't cross here, consolidated by the dip, right? Again, topped off, come back by the dip, didn't cross. Come up, topped off by the dip, didn't cross. Didn't cross. It finally crossed, right, back in April. So it gave you kind of a warning sign that the trend was losing steam. I use the middle Bollinger Band, which is a simple moving average, or just MA. Simple moving average will give all the candles equal price weighting. 20 would mean all 20 have the same weighting, and EMA is more sensitive to short-term price movement, which is why you would use it for support. 8 EMA very nicely. Look at how well it's holding the price here. Much of the time in kind of strong trends, pure trends will use the 8 EMA. But so you want to use EMAs for short-term price action. That's why for me, it doesn't make any sense. I see some people using like a 200 EMA or even a 50 EMA. I feel like you don't understand you don't understand what it is you're doing, because The whole point of an exponential moving average is to be more sensitive to short-term price movement. Simple moving averages are for longer term price movement, 50, 200. Some people use the 100, that's fine, but I use the 8 EMA, I use the 20 simple, 34 EMA, and the 50 simple, and the 200 simple. Um, you could probably some people will look at this and say, "It looks like spaghetti. I have too many lines." I mean, that's fine. But this is the method I'm at. It gives me kind of different tiers to, each trend, and I kind of, I'm very comfortable with it, and it's really helped us nail, it's really helped us nail Bitcoin. If not just Bitcoin Live, where, we've been all over it, but even like YouTube. I mean, go watch any YouTube video since last November and look at what I said about it, about Bitcoin, and look at what happened. It's just playing the moving averages. It makes sense. EMA 34, clear horizontal levels, that kind of thing. But that's my setup, and those are essentially the average moving averages I use, and why I use them. Yes, I have never been correct in any of my predictions. That's right. I appreciate. Yeah. Well, fair enough. I'll tell you what. I appreciate you reaching out. I understand how you feel, and I wish you luck, one way or another. So thank you for sharing that. I feel like, my analysis has been pretty good, and I'm actually quite proud of it. But I'm okay with you not agreeing with me. Let's see. Let's see what's going on here. Let us see what's going on here. So, what would invalidate your thesis that Bitcoin goes as low as 20K? I mean, just obviously not going there. I would say the biggest thing would be not breaking 20K. I mean, there's this whole debate about, the whole idea of the 85% retracement, versus, us never breaking, below like a prior all-time high before. So one of those things has to give. Either that we do another 80%, 85% retracement, you know, or basically, we don't go below the all-time high. Like one of those two has to give. I think it makes sense from just kind of an ebb and flow standpoint and how I look at the market, and I've talked about it. We're slow bleed. We've lost 30K confidence. We will eventually test 20K. I think most likely test it and break it, after an initial bounce off the 20K. Probably tag something underside 23, 24, 25, and reject, come back, break through 20. And then from 20 to like 14, there's really not much there. So, if you believe it can break 20, I think you really need to be open to the idea of 14K Bitcoin, and 14K and 12K are part of the same zone. Um, there's a couple bull scenarios that I'm watching for and I've talked about. One of them would be a recapture of what I've, been describing at least this week as a minor horizontal level, 32.5 area. But kind of an ideal bull scenario for me would be the price to come back, revisit that, May 12th low, and temporarily lose it and come back above it, right? That would be a great setup to go long. So I think were it to do that, and then bounce, and then certainly start to close above the MA 200. I think those bear theses or theses that I described earlier will be much less likely. So, you know, all these bear ideas are likely and probably will happen, until we get back up above the 200. I mean, MA 200 is a big deal. We got a confirmed downtrend at this point, and until we get that volume and volatility, it's probably not going to change. Let's see. Let's see. I appreciate how much you teach and not preach. Hey, much love to you. Thank you so much. I mean, I've been there. I've been wrecked so much that I try to teach from a perspective of, what would I want to tell myself in my early career. And so, like, I just get it. I totally get it. And it's helped me kind of, with my own style. Let's see, pretty good. And if it's willing chartist, yeah. I mean, look, you know, I feel like I've pretty much proven that technical analysis works. If you look at my YouTube, like I said, look at any video since November, like pick a random one and just look at what happened afterwards with the price, or just look at my Twitter account. So, I mean, I definitely have a lot of confidence. I've never claimed to be humble. I should be more humble though. Plans yeah, absolutely. I have plans for 4th book. I have plans for 4th, 5th, and 6th book. My After I publish this book, I wanna probably do a trading journal type book. There's demand for that. That wouldn't take me more than 6 months or a year max. It's like a trading journal, and then that would be book 4. Book 5, is the poker and trading crossover book. I already have a kind of an outline on that, and then book 6 is the life wisdom book, the 50 lessons, just and so I've been working on that too, and that's kind of my, hopefully my masterpiece, but that's I think that's kinda down the road, but I've got some great I got an outline for that too. So I've got 6 book ideas, you know, already kind of at this point. Alright, let's see. So cheese. So where's the cheese? So no, I'm not from Wisconsin. Cheddar. When I was young, you know, I was the only one with a job amongst my friends, and I paid for everything. So that's where I got the name Cheddar. You know, from my youth. So I just stuck with it. You know, I'm also kind of goofy. I'm always kind of falling around or tripping or just like being a goof. So it means other things too. Like don't be a cheds. You know. So, we're just having fun. So, folks, look, you can find me on Twitter. Enough of that good stuff. I'm at Twitter at Big Cheds. I'm on YouTube, right? At Cheds Trading. If you go to, you type in from Big Cheds Packet, you get this great setup. I'm not on Telegram or Discord. That's all scam stuff. So, you know, be careful with that. I am, of course, a founding analyst at Bitcoin Live, the best in class educational platform for crypto. I'm incredibly proud to be part of that. We have an amazing sale going on right now, 50% off a 3-month membership. You do not want to sleep on this. I've seen it so many times before with these sales where, you know, just after the sale ends, you know, I'll put out a clip of an update I did, and they're like, can I get in late? You know, can I get in? I know it's late, but can I get in? Take you know, if I would say, you know, take it seriously, and this is a great way to take it seriously. But if you're not sure, you know, you want more information, you can go to my Twitter page and go to my pinned tweet. The entire May 4th video is free. It's 45 minutes. It's the real deal. It's going to hook you up. You definitely want to watch that. So do consider checking that out. My book's on Amazon, of course, 4 formats. The free version for you. I'm doing 50 chapters for free for you on my YouTube channel. Trading Wisdom 50 Lessons Every Trader Should Know. I'll do lesson 15 next week. That is the plan. So listen, I enjoy doing these. It is the Bitcoin Live sale week. So I said it and I'm holding myself to it. I said I would do at least 4 live streams this week and 3 spaces. I've so far now done 3 YouTubes and 2 spaces. I'm already kind of getting burned out. I'm not going to lie. But I'm going for it. So I'm going to do I'll probably do spaces Saturday and we'll see how my mojo is. Maybe I'll do another live stream tomorrow. But maybe we'll hold it for Saturday and kind of see how things go. So I want you to know I appreciate you. I hope hope everybody's doing okay out there. I know trading is really difficult. I mean, I know that. I mean, trading's tough, right? Trading sucks. And the hardest part about it is we're kind of like sticking to your own plan, sticking to your rules. So get with those trading journals. Make sure you're writing down, you know, what you're doing, why you're doing it, and study that, right? Don't avoid your mistakes. They're not going to go away, and your bad habits aren't going to go away either. You have to root them out one by one. You have to identify them and attack them, one by one. I mean, you probably already know why you're having trouble. It's just that you kind of don't want to admit it, right? So you have to just dive right in, attack those weaknesses, and that's the way to do it. So let's get this dance party started. Appreciate that. Thank you for that comment. Much love right back at you. Appreciate you, love you, and all that good stuff. So, you know, one love, folks, right? We're all just doing this. We're all just having fun. I know I'm definitely having fun. So thank you for indulging me. And here we go.